Studio A or EZRA TV. And of course, yeah, live also on EZRA Radio. And I don't pay you din kobo. I catch us. We have exclusive discussion. Bryan Acheampong, one of the big fish within the New Patriotic Party, vying for the presidential position of Asante region. And in fact, in the campaign is resoluting. From the last 3 days coming, firing from all cylinders and all angles. One of the members are the leading campaign team members, Eric Amwakun. My brother, I'd say.
Yeah,
the last time we teach strongly in NPP was when you opted to vie for organizer.
National organizer.
And indeed, you made a lot of entry. And Mount for enjoy. Bibi aboko there.
Yeah, me ado.
Asante region to say.
So I had a
I love that. Back to your roots.
Yes, yeah, that must say
sure.
GFFF.
Great.
I mean, there's something about hospitality in
sure.
Ashanti region.
You can't take it out.
You can't take it out. So we always feel at home.
It's great.
And for us as a political party as well, this is our
higher Ashanti region. They say
exactly.
Now where we PhD now?
Let's focus.
Well, it's a big deal, of course. We celebrate.
Let's focus.
So far, more bar regime. I mean, Bryan Acheampong with NRA, it's a quadraso and an amor. Very explosive comments. I mean, man for say, let me use the word man for you so attacking Baumian left and right. Say, I mean, Nanado dene buy and dene buy some Kobeje Ghana, want to me $5 from 4 year 17, and dene buy Napco, now went to me and Moka. Why?
Now, did you use the word attack?
Yes, I'm a for say. I mean, Bryan,
right? I don't see the attack. To be honest with you, the kind of say I didn't cheer.
Yeah.
EZRA TV.
Sure.
And I come Mahaka Jimmy on them in
Yes.
The last time I buy, let's say a bar. No, but yeah, I'm saying 3 radio stations, in the morning. I was say around the same time.
My member one secret, didn't he? I mean, he would press on because by the grace of God, it's one of the strongest settings in the regional platform we have. I mean, right from here, you get your signal.
Exactly.
And for 16 regions across, both radio, TV, back to back. And I mean, Oba Ashanti region, now I'm back as right. Is that a waban when you
for? Oba is a new for.
So it's good. But I mean, in all sincerity, Bryan, as a man for this attack, no AI.
And I don't believe that is an attack. Anyway, it in chairman Momoshe, EZRA TV now. One can say share.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Asante Mai.
Of course.
And Inira. She'll be a so no, seven party for Bibri, in Chiaka, if we Dr. Bryan Acheampong Hall, April. No, currently say, Yejina Kono.
Yeah.
And I know a quarter about Yeninkunim. Na Nipa Enum at Yejina say, Omopesomudi NPP party name. Into Yedi, Dr. Bryan Acheampong, while share say, your campaign here, you India term, you India Kushi, and Kobe Horse, and I say you're focusing on Ejuma, Obetimi, and the vision, this was Dinua, Ekitano. And it's an Obetimi, a capat in a boom, na face on the Niso Dinua, or Dibebu or Mangana, na Obiena, a son faso.
Yeah.
Into Anuana, and then I
sure.
Ye didn't come. Now, I am we leader, we will be a several person would be a Kobe Nima. So we will be a work could draw. Yeah. But me a kind seminar as it is. Janano, it say, will be a can say a nano abani koto.
Yeah.
Say fertilizer be na uncontina yintimi and incunim.
Sure.
And Dr. Bryan Acheampong a year no say, I don't know. In any case, before I back start,
didn't come
fertilizer income.
Yeah.
Say Nipano, Minister of Agriculture. Ono di anima ye fertilizer they buy. Fertilizer no ababe gu regional coordinating councils. Now say Oman chair fertilizer now. What has that got to do with the Minister of Agriculture? In any case, so now question record this one. Approval for SAR fertilizer no say by in August of 2024.
Okay.
Approval for SAR fertilizer also comes from the Minister of Finance.
Oh, okay. So August 2024, August, September, October, November, December.
Exactly.
Which is about 5 months to elections.
And then so all the fertilizer, and if you maybe never, it's so time a best supply about be do omemuha never kono. Not just say bosumi miensa.
Okay. Okay.
And you know, this is not even about the issues of fertilizer. So in any case, so fertilizer na ema yelusu abani dia. Na no kase. India ebro KDT edubro.
Dabi subi
and I say
edubro.
Edubro how you do India bro. And you know, say and nipa so to about.
Yeah.
So I don't think say it has anything to do with the India you lose the election. But the main reasons are that we had a government that was led, the economic management team was led by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was in charge of the economy. And he was making an analogy that if you are using the fertilizer as a basis, this is somebody who was responsible for the economy. And we all know, say, when we went to the election, there were 5 key reasons why Ghanaians would vote. The decision-making in the market, decision-making process.
Decision-making, yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah.
And the economy, maybe infrastructure, say, and the general sotuaba. Now, maybe it's a Ghana phone, and almost say economy. What did I say?
Sure.
It is if you are blaming an agric minister for only 18 months as a reason why you're 8 years, you know, years elections. It's not that you know there. I didn't really believe that there's an attack, but anyway, we can move on. So he's stating the facts. Say these are the issues, but it's an internal contest. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, me, I have worked for Dr. Mahmoud. I still respect him. I love him as a human being and all of that. But this is politics, and we have the stakes now. War politics are extremely high. As a political party, in this one, who say you're quite about to be ana, you be dinkuni, and you're personal. And this is my sometimes, you know, listen, I'll give you an example. The friend in Ed Miliband.
Okay.
Bako David Miliband.
Yeah.
Mami Bako, Papa Bako. Somewhere about 10, 12 years ago, they contested for the Labour Party leadership.
Yeah.
2 brothers. And almost 30 years, you know. Not everybody thought said David Miliband, who was now a Secretary of State at the time or whatever, was the person who was going to win. Ninu Akituano, leader of the Labour Party. Of course, he couldn't even continue to. But I'm just using it as an example. Say sometimes, you're too personal because the focus should be a leader like Dr. Bryan Acheampong, who can win us power. Oh, we need power in here. Me and my party near me Juma party no. Who we polling station executive, constituency executive, regional executive, whatever. Doesn't matter which part of the country that you come from. No, will benefit from that victory, plus the entire Ghanaian population. That is what it is. It is. So but it has nothing to do with individual. Say, I see me see way anyway. And I say, chinchina. I feel the ebimu enkomo mudini say. Say ede assume si be kwa kosi emra obedi nkunima ansana ijai. I mean that fine near politics and just say practical.
Me question a man net utie the man for kan. Obeka say Bryan was a cabinet member. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia he had an upper authority in terms of hierarchy. Nti bia onim niam bia Bryan Acheampong enim and a contributory factor as a vice president or no the leading mo party no as a flag bearer then ebia wonim say fertilizer near the neck count na mulusu ya.
But you see, no, but if that is the case, then why are people saying that Dr. Bryan Acheampong is attacking anybody? If that is the case, let's assume. Let's assume that.
Yeah.
Say okay.
Yes.
Yeah, in front say no say fertilizer in India, which we all know say in India. Now also say economy was more important to the Ghanaian people. Anything they lose here, I don't know they attack.
But is it?
No, I'm asking you. No, but you have to. Why is that an attack?
And we are the man for no air can.
But that is why.
Say a attack or any attack. The question do one person and me personally, let me find out this. Bryan Acheampong, at a point in time, no one say yeah. Ahead of the election, in terms of the system, to the extent how the money that Bryan crackers and you had your power crown or had your Ghana air you would even feel like handing power to the opposition NDC. And at what point in time you be who says Anima way and accumulate your mamma loss a buy?
Oh, of course. It's a Obia Oko Akensia, GD, based on Ejuma, why said the one we say Wafa and all of that. Nina, so no, Obia Odi Equanima as part of sad Niaman, so Timmy shame in crime.
Okay.
Into or can't say, yeah, handy overpower. And I say, yeah, a friend say, a mambono and NDC. A way of showing force and control and also encouraging, your party for the say, and the part, power no, a quache NDC for. So the party for me, no, moody, no, my day, on my ejuma.
Okay.
No, Kayan, one, Snasi.
Okay.
So, Ufa Eastern region, for example, the contribution to the election in Eastern region, Saturday was 25 seats. Here we were 24. We are comparative analysis of the performance of other regions. It will tell you about the impact of Dr. Bryan Acheampong. Ashanti region, and here was 44.
Yeah.
This year we're 38.
6.
This is supposed to be our stronghold. Central region, near 19. This year we're 4. Wow. I'll just use those two examples. Yeah. Western region, Western North, we lost all the seats.
Many seats back.
Bono, your friend is saying, Abronia Horn, we've lost everything.
Yeah.
And in all of these regions, there were senior members of the party, government appointees, ministers, the same cabinet ministers, like Dr. Bryan Acheampong, who couldn't deliver their regions. What you say? And he had to do, or can, not obviously, he had to even go over and above the Obiabe to call polling station executives, 20,000 polling station executives in Eastern region, and support them to go to their polling stations to go and campaign. To call constituency and regional executives, some of them to even take time off work, take their leave so that he will give them some resources to campaign in the Eastern region. Support parliamentary candidates. There were 33 seats in Eastern region. Apart from in Siena or Noanka say Siano or Mujomo Nice, I don't want to continue mentioning them because it's out there.
Yeah.
Right. Support them. These are his own colleagues, some of them who are his own colleagues, who have even now turned around and even been ungrateful to the support that is given. But that is another conversation to another day. And so you reach now 25 seats now you declare and you lose Mienu and your back counted a net loss of 1. Do a comparison of that and the entire country. Said the making what?
Sure.
Yeah, it's it wasn't just a mere rhetoric. Say, oh yeah, Nyai power mu ma NDC. No. I would work with my give out my resources, my strength, and my leadership to make sure that the contribution of Eastern region to the national victory is there. And to everyone say, baby, everyone say, based on even small analysis, my Saka region be losing 1-1-1 crap. Do you think that would have ended up with 87 seats?
Not at all.
Exactly. What you say? And these things about, of course, he sat in cabinet. There's something, of course, there's a collective responsibility. Right. And now only doing crap now. As the majority decide that this is the direction to go, as a team player, as a member of a political party and cabinet member, right? In cabinet, I call you sign swear, Apart from you,
oath of secrecy.
Oath of secrecy.
Apart
from because there are issues of national security and all of those things that is discussed at cabinet. But when it comes to a contest like this, where you near say you copy okendini, now or they are called about 2028 now. You tell the truth. You state the facts. You don't insult. So they make an what you say. Did also obi ba na momo bi ba na no momo Osro abofo na say o go can dia say attacking na. I mean it's a bit disingenuous to be honest.
Therefore on mo hwe just about 34 minutes past 9. Hi EZRA TV, EZRA Radio. Midi Eddie Aduana Bakofi Asante and yene yenua Eric Acheampong ono one of the leading members and penifo a Bryan Acheampong campaign. Na yemfase da ma Meliton heba Mr. I mean can't you say koko yedie koko watidi no eno ahode nro kese pa ebo amene pedua no opeso boost immune system no na mogedi afurisa wo mu yi abomode na pebi na ebeboa amene pedua no mere ye bi ewu mu no etimi nso akọ bomode na pe Meliton heba Mr. ba bia yeton nro bia dani heba sanso na have me Kingsway sanso na Okanshe drag lane sam ye ni nyina okwa onsa beka bi ye number abefre 0547 021078 0547 021078 bomode na pe Meliton heba Mr. na wetimi nso anom na boa yeguso ayedi nkomo about Bryan Acheampong campaign and enkusi January next year obi abontoa. But now let's come back to Bryan, the campaign message, the persona. We say ofri fan obetisi mu prime because I say what techire wo bi anche da entin kan kitikiti bia in our body politics in terms of the daily practical Ghana manual. Then after national security, you say we will be a brantia whisker as ahead of 2016 election or Tamska Kradu Kugu and Adonase, which every BN and the UK is it US or UK? USA as an army, yeah, Juma or one or by NT. Bryan him say a young man Anyam Yeshana would DH. Then all of a sudden, may be the president leading the NPP. What informed the decision? Well, and the answer on Conwadeba.
Tie, who say, one summer working, it shows say Obia answer na Yebeba Bemu even as far as 2016 or started contesting 2010.
Yeah,
thereabout. Say Obia part in Mudie or Quadari. Oh yeah, integral part of our process. But the new Obia na outwardly known. Yes. Yeah. But when you can't be or yes strategic. Sabi ultimately say a dream a day and yama to akwema. A clear say there's nobody as good as Dr. Bryan Acheampong.
You're one of them.
Or you're one of them. Because in the private sector contribution to this country, there's an economy in the IT space. In the Juma creating software systems for numerical and buying numerical banks, insurance companies, and we are sure some you see the system. We are not aware because software there,
everybody uses
it, right? That is huge. Probably the biggest IT software company in Ghana.
Wow.
That has company extensions across the sub-region and other parts of Africa. What I say? Now you come to the real estate bit, where he has one of the three real estate company in this country today. The company account.
Wow.
You come to the hospitality industry, and then I see here catering restaurant. Across the country, he has all of these ones.
Sure.
Then you go to Rock City, the famous Rock City,
which
is the biggest hospitality business in Africa.
Oh, okay.
Just
Africa.
one in the whole Africa. Now, we see airports. Airport.
really?
Airport has the longest runway in the world.
Oh, them in
5.5 kilometers.
You don't mean it.
I'm telling you. What I say?
I don't know on a private jet. Oh, but this is new to me.
I'm telling you,
on Bryan.
I'm telling
Airports.
you. Then yes.
Oh wow.
And then you're talking about his contribution as a member of parliament.
Yeah.
4 terms to the people of Abetifi. You go to Nkwetia, he has the biggest Deba grounds in Ghana. You have his contribution, his foundation, the Bryan Acheampong Foundation, that focuses on health, education, and support for pregnant women and old people. We did 60. Now say, the constituency munkwa bosomi bia no yama o cheat, yama o call over your shops, your friend thrift shops.
Wow.
Obekwa o ko yi niema provisions now they are coffee now wakakodi for free or award schemes, Emma teachers, doctors, Numa form the constituency munina as a member of parliament.
Wow.
What I say, his contribution as leadership positions in parliament, in the various committees, national security, Minister of State, Interior, Minister of State, Minister of Agriculture. So my free private sector holding
About the
public,
the political,
the political and public sector space. Now, if you put all of these things together, plus even the as a Minister of Agriculture, planting for food phase 2, and irrigation, now they buy irrigation schemes across the country, the single biggest investment in irrigation systems in Ghana since independence, under his watch as a Minister of Agriculture. Offer the
where do we have some of them? Irrigation.
Oh, we go. There are so many places I can say.
Because the irrigation, the NPP for when you promised more until so Obabaya irrigation.
But Obaya, it's there. There are so many of them that were commissioned in the Upper West and all of those areas. The cocoa syndication. This conversation came up. Some people were trying to bastardize it, but the reality is that as minister, he took this thing to cabinet. He took this thing to cabinet for that age old. And they are here since 1954, 56 to say, cocoa no. Obi beton so near Sanko Bobisia. You tia hunsi hu. Now you could tia just say baby basa. Buy no or tana say a dream who say no, you bet me and say your day omo ankasa ba ko pesika na ma ba beto e cocoa because any kita e cocoa.
Yeah.
And na oba beto. And I put all of these things together. Plus the contribution to the party. Say, across the various the years and even the eastern region as a Nema Waye, di Adansi, some of them uko baby or Timi Beji, Mike, Mike,
and a testimony
of the exactly and what is that. So you put all of this together. And one of the things I feel that is even the single most significant, it is the unity conversation. Whereby, as a political party, looking at our results, when it comes to presidential, we won in only 77 constituencies.
Yeah. Out of the 276.
Right. So now you're going into an election. You need to go into this election with a candidate that the whole party will unite behind. So that we would back that trend now. I mean, because we're 77 and now we're going. What I say? This is the first time. This is the first time. And you see, some of our people don't want us to talk about these things because it's a way of trying to intimidate certain people or it's part of the politics. Listen, this is the first time that the sum of parliamentary results, right, surpasses that of the presidential candidate by 345,000. And what
dangerous.
What it means is that some people went out there and voted for the NPP parliamentary candidates and did not vote for
the presidential
candidate. So even though we lost the elections, if you look at the statistics, you take a cursory look at those areas where the presidential candidate at the time promised that he was going to deliver. Right? He said he was going to deliver it. And we believe that he was going to deliver it because when he was on the ballot as running, when he was on the ticket as a running mate, right, we gave him the credit that he delivered those areas. Then immediately Akufo-Addo comes off the ticket, we don't deliver those places. And so it is not a matter of say, can be a go, be fee, and now that, but because the party is at a certain point, say, yan Kenya, now yam fa obia, obeti me winning power, na my one time 2028. Near Castle, oh, yeah, the tinti, as yeah, the way back up, say, back on prena and noom in Sia and watching crana, obeding kunima, yet in the back. Me call. My other sister, that made mom launch. You say play football. No me di 11 or say 12. Na Ghana airborne, any Algeria.
Okay.
Airborne World Cup qualifier. Wa Crown Sports Stadium. Na I call a ticket to my school. Na me journey.
Should be 98 or so.
Right? Not 98. It was earlier than that.
Okay.
Right. Na me call Accra Sports Stadium. Na me call a Tony Eboane.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you the reason why. Tony Eboana or Fie Tantra Hills. The honor Miso Mini.
Okay.
And Abedipele so now the teacher be a friend Mr. Osu Green Hill at Domi. And you know you're saying Abedipele. I wanted to go and watch by all means. We do I can take it to me in Rast Stadium to the original honor. We seen the call.
Oh,
and we reached him.
Can you imagine?
They said, and now you qualify for
World Cup.
Yeah,
US.
It doesn't matter how much I love Abedipele and Tony Eboa.
Sure.
So I'm sorry now to Adu, I any team selection, no say, or the friend is saying Tony Eboa ne Abedipele Ekwakobo World Cup. Everybody in this country will think that something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
Because there were times and seasons.
Omo break
him. I don't just say, as legends of the game, you know, and I say Nkrofo Ama contributed to Ghana football, no, you do almost but the reality is that the majority of people who would vote in the election 2028 are young people. They are people who do not care about this our tradition of Dankwa, Buzia, Dombo, and all of that. Because it is about bread and butter issues. Somebody who would inspire them, a 52-year-old man who has done all of these things for himself in the private sector and in the exposure in the public space, who would inspire confidence. Ghana for, everyone say, this is made in Ghana. Which I say, somebody who would inspire the young people to go out there and vote and bring the NPP together. So it is not about emotions. Because what is about emotions and so somebody is a brilliant man, is a nice man. Dr. Baumwood, I mean, he's my boss. What I say. But the reality is that we are going into an election in 2028 that we want to win.
So you think Seb Baumia break him?
Oh, yes.
And Seb
Baumia?
And that's
it is about the future of this political party. Do we want to back the trend? What I say? And the reality is that you have to give the Ghanaian people what they want. And elections is about numbers. And there's a plan. There's a way of winning elections in this country.
But then
so if you have Dr. Bryan Acheampong, who has the academic, public sector experience and all of those things that His Excellency Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has, who also has the business credentials and the acumen and there for everybody to appreciate in terms of job creation, in terms of doing big things in the private sector. You put two things together. It's an individual that ticks all the boxes. He's also a party man, true and true. But me mobilizing grassroots, winning election. So what you have is a candidate that is almost as if you're creating a hybrid candidate.
Okay. So to me, the Yenua Bryan Acheampong, my senior brother, Wabobra in his private sector, with me organizing, and by virtue of that, he will be the best president. Is that the case?
It's not just the private, but that's why I mentioned the public sector.
Public sector.
And you are putting the two together. No, because if you have somebody going around touting business credentials.
Yes,
but if you do a comparison of the business, I mean, they have business,
But on the face of it, because I will compare the Ken and Bryan to the ordinary Ghanaian, an impression will be that or more businesses and
but you see,
practically maybe some of us that may know from the back.
But that, I'm not mentioning names. I'm just
okay.
Everybody.
But everybody. So if
you have an individual who has a PhD in information systems, is able to understand what is required in this modern day in terms of systems, IT, Internet of Things, AI, machine learning, and all of those things. Software development has built businesses, right, in that space even before IT became like I can use British word. The IT became the it. What I say, it shows somebody who is forward thinking, and has that academic credentials and everything to also back it, and then plus the practical experience. And market sectors, agriculture, real estate, hospitality, and then the private sector, national security, interior, and agriculture.
He has an unprecedented record to that effect. Exactly. But unfortunately, Madam, for a quick commercial break, answer